I've got a lot of new winter backpacking gear, and all of it is centered around adding more comfort to my winter backpacking trips. The first item we're gonna talk about, down pants. 100% luxury comfort item. This is something that I've wanted for years now, and this year it finally just ended up happening. These are strictly gonna be for in camp. I'm not gonna be hiking in these. These are ultralight down pants. They're 9 ounces or about 250 grams. 800 fill power. They're from NatureHike. Got the elastic waist. They've got a button and zipper up the front. They've got zippered pockets. You got 2 front pockets, pretty deep pockets. You've got elastic cuffs at the bottom that kind of seal around your ankles, which are really nice. Speaking of the pocket, they don't have the 2-way zipper on them, but you can fold and pack the pants into the pocket. So when they're kind of like folded and stuffed into the pocket, they do stay there. Like I said, they don't have the 2-way zipper like the zipper on the back, so you can't zip it closed, but they do stay in there pretty nicely for storage. So they do pack down pretty small. Really cool, nice pair of down pants from NatureHike. Another luxury for around camp that I have wanted for a long time and just never bit the bullet was a pair of camp booties. And after seeing Bo wear his for a number of years, and then seeing his daughter hike dang near 60 kilometers to and from Pinto Lake on our yearly Pinto de Mayo backpacking trip, it sold me on the Mountain Equipment Company booties. I got myself a pair of the camp booties. I'm going to be rocking these for around camp in the wintertime. My concern with the booties was always going to be, could you wear them around, and were they going to hold up to walking around in them and stuff. But these have like a decent little traction sole. Like I said, Bo's daughter hiked in them, and his are still in great shape. There's like a couple little worn holes in the bottom, but I mean, you'd expect that after hiking 60 kilometers in booties. Pretty simple. They're a synthetic fill. They're 11.5 ounces, or about 325 grams for the pair. Pretty simple. You've got a couple little spots of shock cord where you can kind of cinch them up. So, you can cinch them up around your ankles. Nice to kind of keep the heat sealed in. This is going to be replacing a heavier item, so it's actually going to be making my backpack lighter in the wintertime. So, big bonus. A nice perk talking about the booties and pants first is, now that I'm done talking about them, I don't have to show them off on camera anymore. I get to put them on and enjoy the warmth. So the rest of this video, I'm going to be nice and toasty warm in the booties and the pants. Now, for the longest time, I have wanted an Alpha Direct sweater. I love fleece sweaters. It's one of those pieces of gear that I always carry with me. Even ultralight, I always have room, and I always have a place in my bag for a fleece sweater. And I've always wanted an Alpha Direct sweater after I first saw them. It's just like a very, very plush ultralight version of fleece. Now obviously I finally got myself one. This is the Shift Alpha Direct 120 hoodie from Lobtree Outdoor. This is a Canadian made product. Being Canadian myself, it's awesome to see more Canadian brands coming into the outdoor space, especially into the custom ultralight outdoor space. Like Lobtree just makes these Alpha Direct hoodies. They've got 3 different versions. They've got the one I have here with the little front pouch and the hood. They've got one with the hood with no front pouch, and then they've got one that doesn't have the hood or the front pouch. It's just like a regular sweater if that's what you want to go with. I'm a big hoodie guy, so I went with the hooded version. Obviously, it's got a hood. It has a really nice hood. It's got a nice zipper up the front. The hood seals nicely around your head. Cool little feature too, it's got this nice little tab of fabric here that covers the end of the zipper, so when you've got it zipped up, you don't have the metal zipper rubbing against your chin or your face. Got the thumb holes, which are nice to have. I mean, most long sleeve sweaters have the thumb holes now, but having those is a key. The medium, which I have, is 234 grams, or about 8.25 ounces. Being somebody who has longer arms, and I wear a medium, so I always suffer from that issue where you stretch your arms out in a hoodie or whatever, and the sleeve slides halfway up your forearm. But with these ones here, I mean, my arm's stretched out. There's plenty of material left. I mean, I can even have my arm in the thumb hole fully stretched out, and it's not pulling tight on the sweater. I love the sizing aspect like that, so your hoodie's never going to slide up your arms. They are sized longer in the arms. Awesome product, awesome company, and I have heard that they are going to be coming out with a pair of pants very soon, and I do hope to get my hands on a set of those. Those would be very, very sweet. Yeah, the Alpha Direct hoodie is one of my favorite pieces of comfort luxury gear that I've added to my winter backpacking kit. This is actually going to be added to my year-round backpacking kit, but the first season I'm going to be using it in is the winter. This winter, I'm adding a new Merino Buff to my collection. I've just got this kind of reddish maroon one here. It's a new piece of gear, so I thought I would talk about it. I'm a big believer in the Buff. If you've watched the channel, you know that I talk about them all the time. I absolutely love them. I think this is the most versatile piece of gear you can add to your backpacking kit. My favorite ways to use it are, just around my neck, using it as like a neck warmer, or in the summertime, putting water on it to keep my neck cool, using it as like a face warmer, using it to keep my nose warm, as an ear warmer. You can make a beanie out of it. Just a lot of different things you can do with a Buff. You can slide it over your pillow and use it as a pillowcase. You don't get that rubbery feel of the inflatable pillow against your face. Obviously, I'm a big believer in the Buff. They also make really nice beanies as well. That's what I'm wearing here. I wanted to point that out because I've actually been asked about this specific beanie or toque quite a bit recently. It's just a new toque. It's from Buff. I got frostbite as a kid, so my ears get really, really painful as soon as it gets chilly. So I just always have a toque on as soon as it hits the fall. That's just kind of my thing. The ultimate camp luxury, and that is a really, really ridiculously warm sleeping bag to sleep in at night when I'm out in the backcountry. I'm not the biggest user of sleeping bags now. I've transitioned away from sleeping bags into quilts, but for temperatures where this is going to be relevant, I'll take an exception just because this is going to be so insanely warm. This here is the Outdoor Vitals Summit -15 sleeping bag. Now, this is their limited edition -15. That's going to get me down to about -26 Celsius. In my testing at the end of winter last year, which is when I got this sleeping bag, so I never actually got to use it on a backpacking trip. So for this year, it's going to be new to me. Like I said, I got it at the end of the season last year, and I used this out of my yard, and it was down to about -22 Celsius, so around 0 Fahrenheit. And I had to zip the sleeping bag open and vent it out. I was that warm. So I have no doubt that this is going to keep me warm, probably down to about -30 Celsius. This thing is very, very thick, very plush, very warm. The center zip sleeping bag, that's new to me. I've never actually used a center zip bag before. Got some massive baffles on the inside around the zipper for sealing the heat in, which is really nice. It's also got these 2 extra baffles that you can like clip together with Velcro around your chest. Other than that, it's a pretty simple mummy sleeping bag. It's 980 grams or 2 pounds, 15 ounces. And yeah, like I said, that is expected to be insanely warm. I promise this video is not sponsored by Outdoor Vitals because we've got more Outdoor Vitals down gear to keep us warm at night. To go along with the -15 sleeping bag, I've also got my hands on one of their new 0° quilts. This is the new 2024 models from Outdoor Vitals. So it's got the little bit more subdued coloration to designate the different temperatures. So you've still got the green is your 0, the blue is your 15, and the red is your 30. They made some really cool changes to the down for 2024. It's got a gold treatment to it. It's called Expedry. Basically, it's a chemical bonding process that's got some gold particles bonded to the down, and it's supposed to repel water, and it's actually supposed to perform better than DWR treated down. I'm not worried about it getting me down to the temperatures listed. I've used Outdoor Vitals products in the past and they've always been accurate to the temperatures listed. So for this rated at 0 Fahrenheit or about -20 Celsius, I'm very confident that can get me to 0 Fahrenheit or -20 Celsius. Really excited to actually get this out in my hammock. I've got a 0° Outdoor Vitals underquilt and a new winter hammock that I plan on pairing this with. So really looking forward to getting that out for some hammock backpacking trips. You've got 2 included pad straps if you like to use those. It also comes with a waterproof dry bag for carrying it in your pack if you want to carry it that way. And you've got the storage sack for storing it so your down is not compressed. I am extremely excited to be getting this sleeping bag and top quilt out in the backcountry. These are going to eliminate a lot of bulk and weight out of my backpacking gear load out in the wintertime. I've previously been using, you know, multiple top quilts or a sleeping bag and a top quilt and just stacking them together. So having a quilt itself that's going to get me down to -20 Celsius, and having a sleeping bag that's going to get me down to -30 Celsius, and not having to stack to get to those temperatures is going to be huge for me. If you're looking for some more backpacking gear ideas to keep yourself warm and comfortable in the winter time, I've shot a couple different videos and I'll link them here and here. So check those out when you're done with this one. As always, guys, I am Maddie. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one.